Triangle Strategy is a recently released tactical RPG for the Nintendo Switch. It's also a game that makes you consider your actions and their consequences carefully. Don't let its simple graphics fool you by any means. Beneath its pixel art style is a deeply nuanced story, one of political intrigue and scheming. And honestly, at times, I got some serious Game of Thrones vibes. Actions that are sometimes seemingly small in nature can have a noticeable impact on later parts of the narrative. Something as small as not helping a certain character at one point in the story can have them turn on you quite dramatically later on, or have unforeseen consequences. Your combat typically plays out a lot like Fire Emblem, but thankfully, without the constant worry that comes with permadeath, the kind of thing that the aforementioned series was known for. The array of unit types is wide enough to keep combat interesting and engaging for a long period of time, and I personally have played the game for about 35 hours now and reached around chapter 13. Above all else, you really do need to be cautious when considering your unit placement and terrain. These can become key components to securing victory, as you are often outnumbered and more often than not have to face some pretty strong boss enemies at times. For me personally, one of the game's most interesting mechanics is its voting system. Allow me to explain that. As a young lord within a kingdom, you don't make single-handed decisions. You will more often than not defer to your closest friends and allies for guidance. From there, 2 or 3 choices are often given to you on how to tackle a specific problem or situation. You then vote on it, and the majority decision gets put into action. This doesn't mean you aren't free to negotiate with your friends and comrades, however. You're given the means to talk them around to your way of thinking should you want to pursue a certain path. This can be done by exploring open world segments, speaking to NPCs, and gaining new knowledge and dialogue through discussion, which can then be used to aid your negotiations and turn things in a certain direction. The game's musical score overall is quite pleasant, especially when you are in the pseudo-open world segments, when you explore a town or settlement and are speaking to villagers and learning new information. The battle soundtrack's also very, very nice. My only real gripe with the game, and it may just be a personal thing for myself, is the difficulty of 1 or 2 of the levels overall. A couple of them feel a touch unfair. A few enemies have moves in which they can be easily spammed, all while your characters are often left ill-equipped to deal with them, either through opponents having an advantageous position or you being unprepared to deal with them due to situational reasons because of a specific chapter. All in all though, Triangle Strategy I feel is a must-try for those of you who like tactical RPGs and enjoy deeply engaging storytelling. I'm going to give the game overall an 8.5 out of 10. It would have been a 9 if not for my very small issues with the combat that I just mentioned. You can pick up this game either physically or digitally for $60 or your regional equivalent. There is also a physical collector's edition which features art cards, dice, and a deck of playing cards, which is going for somewhere between $90 to $100. Internet prices varying. I picked one up myself and I would very much recommend you pick it up yourself if you are a fan of physical collector's editions. Lots of very nice things to be had in there. If you would also like to see a written version of this review, you can do so on Metacritic. You can find me on Metacritic at SilverGaming01, and there is a written version of the review there for you to read if you so wish. As ever, if you enjoyed this review, do feel free to swing by for more or make some recommendations. Thank you very much for stopping in, and I will of course see you in the next one. I have been Silver. your host. Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or night, and I will see you again very soon. Take care, guys.